It's a little bit of Slay the Spire 2 gameplay here. I've been off and on this game, and it's pretty fun. Okay, I beat Ascension 10 with Ironclad, so I thought it would be a neat idea to play a little daily challenge here. Try to get on the leaderboard early. From the start of the draft, I knew I wanted to synergize with losing health and getting those benefits from that. Really take advantage of the healing that Ironclad gets. Armaments, it's one of my favorite cards in the class. I think the upgraded version is pretty broken. I thought a lot about for a bit here because I wasn't sure if I wanted the Colossus. It's one of the best defensive options you can get, so I went ahead and went with it. It stacks on top of weak. It's pretty good, especially when you can get that vulnerable going. So here's what that deck looks like. So yeah, speed up the first fight here, kill one guy with the bludgeon, so we both get the reset. I didn't bother with the powers in the first fight, since I knew it would be like 3 turns max. I'm going to go ahead and grab the greed here, since we only have 10 cards in the deck. It's 2 hands. Second question mark is an elite, so we can really see what this deck does. Not too bad. This guy is a lot easier without the extra health and damage from later ascensions. You can see the rupture stacking up. Hit him with the bludgeon there, since there's nothing to block this turn, and that's going to do it. Strike dummy is huge when you have twin strikes, and we pick up the thunderclap. It makes our attacks better and is good for that Colossus we ended up picking up earlier. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward some of these fights here. Eventually we get a campfire. I'm going to go for the upgrade since we're pretty healthy. Upgrade armaments is really good. It's basically like upgrading 5 to 6 cards at once, kind of depending on when you draw it. Good loot right in the shop. Inferno is a huge enabler for our build. Guaranteed extra health. And the damage can trigger multiple times in a turn, especially with stuff like Breakthrough or even 2 Infernos. Paper Frog also pretty good with a small deck. Consistently get that vulnerable on our enemies. Nothing I really want to remove either. Right off the rip, you can see what I'm talking about with armaments. I upgrade 5 cards in one go for 1 mana. Just the value is incredible here. Really good, especially if you can hit more than 1 power with it too. World Hammer or pretty much any of these enchantments, you really want to make sure you're maximizing that value. This is best, the Sharp is best on those multi-hits or AoEs. So here's our first boss. We're going to start by upgrading the entire hand. and pretty much buffing up all we can with those powers. Since he doesn't do anything on the first turn, we really do get a little bit of wiggle room. Um, so yeah, the block is a little bit wasteful, but hey. In a normal game, you really want to be careful of those eyes he gives you as they damage your health. They go through the block. This is pretty good for our build since that will give us strength and sometimes damage him right back. But yeah, he dies pretty easily. Gonna pick up the Fiend Fire. It's a good finisher, especially if you stack up some strength. We're going to choose to upgrade a few cards here and speed up most of Act 2. It's pretty much a slaughter by now. Usually I really hate this boss, but with all the extra strength we got in that potion, it's a one-turn kill. The bee guy from earlier could not handle his defeat. He had to send his brother to die too. Now the second boss here, we're pretty powerful going into this. This guy can be pretty tough if your deck has a little bit too much AoE in normal play, right? Because you end up not killing one fast enough and you just get killed to death. But it goes pretty good for us here. Definitely mess up the positioning a little bit. But overall, I mean, we just have way too much strength. As you use more powers, of course, your deck gets a little thinner, your draws get better, so you can consistently just pour out that damage. But yeah, it goes down pretty easily. One thing you kind of want to watch out for on this boss, I mean, they can really chunk you with that huge rocket claw, you know, especially on higher ascensions, but we just get through it super easily. Now, when you're playing a deck like this in a regular run, Tear Asunder is just insane. It's kind of like Fiend Fire, except it doesn't exhaust your whole hand, and it also doesn't get exhausted, but it scales well into infinity, especially with the Infernos and stuff like that. It just gets insane, especially with how it synergizes with the strength. So it's a great card, great pickup, but you'll notice we're almost too strong to ever use it in most situations. So I'm going to go and fast forward through most of Act 3 here. By this point, I'm just kind of slaughtering all the enemies, whether or not they're elites. You do have to be careful. Some of these damages do get pretty high. So just make sure you are getting that block out. That's why I took the Psy. I just didn't think the Mauls or the extra energy would make that much of a difference. So yeah, the Eon glass really not too difficult either. One thing that's a little bit weird is his debuff that he gets you. Arguably a little weaker than the Soulfish because it can get blocked. Now, if you're playing something like Silent, you got a bunch of combos going off, can be pretty tough to balance, getting hit in the face and adding those to your hand. Um, but we get enough block here and we're doing pretty good damage, so he goes down pretty easily. But yeah, you just got to be careful, especially on those higher ascensions. He deals so much damage, but you know, best defense is a good offense, right? And yeah, we don't manage to kill the architect this time, but say we did pretty good. Some good superlatives on this run. We got a ton of relics. Got done pretty fast there, about 26 minutes. Got the speediest medal, but not number one in the world just yet. But hey, how about next time, right?